One is young Kenny, who naturally holds the national entry. Russ Garritty in the saddle today. 2, Tullymurray Toff, Graham Lee. Number 3 is Mr. 1, Chris Maud. 4, Edmund, who's a 16-to-1 joint favourite at the moment for the national, and obviously holds an entry, Andrew Thornton. 5 is Earth Mover, who's in the national, Joe Tizard. 6 is Step on Air, who has a national entry as well, Steve Wynn. 7, Jocks Cross, Norman Williamson. 8 is Flaked Oats, who's in the national, Robert Widger. Number 9 is Tough Test, Seamus Durack. And 10, Camelot Knight, who's in the national, Carl Llewellyn. So 10 runners for this fascinating Singer and Friedlander.
Tremendous betting heat, and Edmund is a very well-backed favourite. 2-1 into 15-8. They've now come to support Earth Mover, who's 11-2 from 6-1. Young Kenny's very weak. As I said, it wasn't banked in the offices this morning, and it's not really been supported here on the course. 6-1 out to 7-1. Tullymurray Toff is an 8-1 chance on the drift as well. The interesting one there that hasn't moved in the betting is this Tough Test. Really good little tip for that one, 10-1, and probably the best of the rest. But Edmund, the professionals have backed it. 9-4 in the offices this morning, 2-1 here at the race.
Racing. Interesting to see what sort of pace they go here, because this has been very testing the ground today. Young Kenny going off in front from Camelot Knight, and Edmund on the near side. Flaked Oats is wider out as they come to the first of 21. All jump it well. Earth Mover settling in the middle of the field today. Then on the inside of runners is Jocks Cross as they leave the back on the first occasion. Well back is Step on Air, and Tullymurray Toff in a tightly packed field is last of all. Heading up now towards the second, and Edmund on the near side shows the way from Mr. 1, and out wider is young Kenny, very handy today. In behind them is Tough Test in the pink sleeves, and further back is a Camelot Knight, the veteran, right in the centre as they pop over the second. Earth Mover ridden from behind today, and then on the right of picture is Jocks Cross from Step on Air, and well back is Tullymurray Toff. Heading up now towards the third. Edmund in the centre. Open ditch, first of them. Jump it 3 times. All jump it well. Edmund out in front. From in second, young Kenny on the near side. Then in third is Mr. 1 with a yellow and green jacket. Over on the far side, next is Tough Test from Jocks Cross. They head towards the fourth. Followed next in the field then by Flaked Oats, who's on the left of picture. Earth Mover back in the centre. Camelot Knight is out the back, and Tullymurray Toff is last of all as they head now to the fifth. Edmund showing the way. Not quite as far in front as he has been in the past, but leads narrowly from Mr. 1. Half a length away then is young Kenny in third, followed next in the field by Tough Test in the pink sleeves from Jocks Cross and Step on Air. Flaked Oats is out wider on the track, and further back is Earth Mover from Tullymurray Toff, and last of all is Camelot Knight, who as they head into the back is leading, or giving the leader about 10 lengths start. Just under 2 complete circuits ahead of them in this Singer and Friedlander, and Edmund jumps the first one down the back in good style. That was number 6 overall. From in second place on the inside, Mr. 1. In the centre is Tough Test. Then on the left in the yellow jacket, or yellow cap I should say, is young Kenny as they go to the second one down the back. Edmund jumping well. Earth Mover in behind, and Flaked Oats, one of the tail enders, in company there with Camelot Knight, who's just starting to lose touch with the field. Heading now towards the next one down the back, and Edmund out in front from Tough Test and Jocks Cross on the near side. Tough Test just getting a fraction close to that. Young Kenny is out wider on the track. Then Step on Air in the centre. Mr. 1 in the yellow and green jacket. Earth Mover just lost a little bit of ground there. Tullymurray Toff is further back, and Flaked Oats right there in the centre. Back where they started. Heading now towards the 9th, and it's Edmund coming towards it. Jumps it pretty well. Very clever at his fences usually. On the outside in the second is young Kenny, then in third Jocks Cross, tucked away on the inside of Step on Air. They're followed next by Tough Test. Tullymurray Toff is not that far away as they round the home turn on the first occasion. Well over a circuit to go. Behind Tullymurray Toff is Earth Mover from Flaked Oats. Mr. One, I should say, has dropped back through the field, and Camelot Knight is last of all. First one in the straight on the second occasion, and Edmund, bidding to make every yard in this Singer and Friedlander, leads from on the near side. Young Kenny is running a very big race for Russ Garritty. So they come towards the second ditch. Jumping at third is Step on Air, and fourth is Jock's Cross. Further back in the field, then behind Jock's Cross, is Tullymurray Toff from Earth Mover. It's going pretty well. Further back in the field, Tough Test is under pressure from Flaked Oats as they head towards the next. Further back in the field is Mr. One, who's lost his pitch, and Camelot Knight has almost tailed off. Heading up now towards the one that'll be the last on the next circuit. And Edmund, the leader to it, has made every yard so far. Young Kenny, though, persisting on the near side. They're 3 lengths in advance of Step on Air, and then Jock's Cross, number 7. 2 lengths away then is Tullymurray Toff, followed then by Earth Mover with Flaked Oats. A gap in the field to Mr. One. Tough Test has lost ground, and then about 6 or 8 lengths last of all is Camelot Knight as they head out onto the final circuit. And Edmund, the Welsh National winner, shows the way from Young Kenny, last year's Midlands National and Scottish National winner. So we've got a duel on here. They've headed away by about 3 or 4 lengths now to Step on Air and Jock's Cross as they jump the first down the back. That was 8 out. Further back in the field is Tullymurray Toff from Earth Mover. From Flaked Oats, a long gap, Mr. One, Tough Test, and Camelot Knight. Heading now towards 7 out. And it's Edmund and Young Kenny almost together. They draw towards it. Young Kenny with on the far side, making a mistake there back in the field. Jock's Cross, he survived it though. And Step on Air has now moved up to join the leaders. Tullymurray Toff just behind them. So it's Young Kenny over on the far side. Edmund on the near side for Andrew Thornton. Just in behind them is Step on Air, and then Tullymurray Toff. A gap to Earth Mover, Flaked Oats, and then Jock's Cross the far side. We've got a real race on here in the Singer and Friedlander. Edmund is just the leader here from Step on Air, who's grabbed hold of the bit. Young Kenny still rousted along by Russ Garritty the far side. They're clear of Tullymurray Toff as they draw towards the next plain fence down the back. This will be 5 out, and it's Step on Air, Edmund and Young Kenny almost together. They jump at 3 in line. They land safely from Tullymurray Toff. About 8 lengths then to Flaked Oats, who heads the rest. But as they round the corner now, and it's the 2 stablemates on the near side. Step on Air, he steals a peep over the shoulder. Steve Wynn, he's going pretty well from Edmund, his stablemate on the outside. Then Young Kenny, both the leaders trained by Henry Daly. They straighten up for home now. They've got 4 left to jump in the Singer and Friedlander. And it's Step on Air, Edmund and Young Kenny, who still won't give in. They're followed by Tullymurray Toff. They're clear of Flaked Oats, but Step on Air is forged further ahead. He's gone 5 in front now of in second Edmund from Tullymurray Toff, and Young Kenny, who seems to be run his race. He's still battling on though. They head up now towards the last ditch, and it's Step on Air the far side, who jumps it well. Edmund's not done with. He's coming back now from Tullymurray Toff, who's joining in, and Young Kenny under his big weight is raising yet another effort. They race up now towards the second last, and Edmund in the centre. Young Kenny the near side. They've beaten off Step on Air. A mighty leap by Edmund. Edmund lands over it from Young Kenny. They're followed next in the field by Tullymurray Toff. Step on Air, who's dropped back from Flaked Oats. They race up now towards the last in the Singer and Friedlander. Edmund the far side being grabbed now by Young Kenny. What a performance this is. Young Kenny now under top weight of 11 stone 13 takes it up, and it's his day. He's back. Young Kenny races into Grand National favouritism to go on and win by 3 or 4 lengths. Second is Edmund. In third is Tullymurray Toff, followed by Step on Air, then Flaked Oats, and further back is Earth Mover. Camelot Knight is still coming. The winner is number 1, Young Kenny. What a performance to come back and win that. Trained by Peter Beaumont, ridden by Russ Garritty, and owned by J.G. Reid. Second is number 4, Edmund, ridden by Andrew Thornton. And third is number 2, Tullymurray Toff, Graham Lee. But what a performance. He's back on the map and a certain outright favourite for the Grand National after a mighty performance.
1 favourite with Ladbrokes for the Grand National. Second, number 4, Edmund at 15 to 8. Third, number 2, Tullymurray Toff at 8.